Hey everybody, welcome back to Prescription Bourbon. I'm DMC from Louisville, Kentucky. Today I'm doing a first impression tasting of Raconteur Rye. This bottle is not released yet. It comes out May 10th. And I was sent this media sample from David Jennings, otherwise known as Rare Bird 101. The press release on this is that the Woodwork Collective, in association with David Jennings, aka Rare Bird 101, has created this blend of straight rye whiskeys. So I don't have a whole lot of research going into the background of this, other than what I got in the press release. So, Rare Bird, feel free to correct me in the comments down below. But this is a 3-barrel blend, and all of 95.5 Indiana ryes. I think the full yield on this will be 520 bottles that they get out of the 3-barrel blend. The 3 barrels, like I said, they're all aged at least 7 years, minimum of 7 years, and they're all Indiana 95.5 ryes. One of the barrels was straight rye aged in new charred oak. One of them was a straight rye aged in a 4-year cured and toasted barrel. And one of them was aged in a second fill Mizunara cask, which previously held a 17-year-old bourbon. So after they were aged, they were blended, and the blend was actually aged an additional month in Mizunara oak, so to help meld the flavors together and all that. So what we have here is a 3-barrel blend. Anybody keeping up with whiskey news recently will know that Bourbon Lore just released an 18-barrel blend from Holiday Distillery out of Missouri, and that was a phenomenally successful release. And David Jennings is one of the team members on that team that produced that 18-barrel blend. Clay Risen, another author who follows a lot of rye whiskeys, was on that also, as well as a handful of other people. So, but this Raconteur rye here is mostly a David Jennings creation, using the Woodwork Collective's stock of barrels that he had access to. So on the nose, it's a little spicy on the nose. There is a slight sweet oak in there. This comes in at 120.48 proof after the blending, so it's a fairly high proof. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. It's definitely spicy, definitely oaky. It's not super drying though. I got the oak flavors there, but it's not a drying oak. The spiciness is more of a cinnamon spice. Definitely, and this is uncut, unfiltered, by the way. Also, I'm definitely getting it's just enveloping my mouth. I don't often get this a lot, but I'm actually getting a tingling on my cheeks, on the inside of my cheeks. Second sip, the mouthfeel is noticeable. It's a fairly viscous mouthfeel. It's very sweet on that second sip. The spice lingers, but it's sweet up front, spicy on the tail end. Each sip gets better. I don't have a whole lot of experience with Mizunara oak, maybe more than some people. Most of my experience has been with Japanese whiskeys. So I've had a couple. One that comes to mind is the Hibiki Harmony. I know has some Mizunara in there. I do have a bottle of Barrel Vantage blend, which has some Mizunara finished whiskey in that blend. I know there are several whiskey brands that have released Mezzanera oak releases, like Foregate. I think Rabbit Hole might have done one. And actually, since this has come out, I think Barrel has released just a pure Mezzanera finished whiskey also. No, this is cool. The artwork on this is cool. It's supposed to harken back to, an older time. The labels that they're printing for the bottles, they're using an old 19th century printing press to print the labels. That harkens back to Maker's Mark to me. I know they use an old paper press and cutter and all that for their stock they put on their labels. Very cool. Like I say, this is a 95.5 rye, 3-barrel blend, some straight rye, and some Mezzanera finished. Yeah, now that I've got acclimated to that, it's a syrupy feel in the mouth. It's sweet, just as it goes in. Warming, certainly not hot. It's 120 proof, certainly not hot. And that cinnamon spice, there's some vanilla in there also. It's a very well-rounded tasting experience. Very nice. So this is the first batch of this brand, but I believe it is something they plan on continuing in the future with more batches. So it's very nice, very pleasant on the nose, very pleasant on the taste. So something you might want to look for. Cheers, everybody! Remember, all bourbon is whiskey, but all whiskey is not bourbon. Best bourbon comes from Kentucky. Indiana makes some damn good rye. Cheers.
Turkey.